That's private property? Come here.
You can't.
Come here, Sergeant.
You can't take a picture.
Come here, Sergeant. Come here.
No, I don't need to come here. I'm good.
What it says over here?
Take a picture of the outside if you like.
What does it say?
I don't know.
What does it say?
You tell me.
You don't know how to read? Any of you guys know how to read?
You need to not point your camera inside of police vehicles and record information off of our computers.
According to whom?
Don't do it.
According to whom?
That's it.
According to whom? Exactly. So next time when a law-abiding citizen inspects his own property,
It's your property.
and you're my servant, that's my property.
It's your property.
Everything that's on you, my property, except your personal effects.
Okay.
This building, my property. This vehicle, my property. Who are you?
Huh?
Who are you?
I don't know. What are you doing?
You don't know who?
Are you taking close-up pictures of the inside of the car? You can't do that, okay?
Says who?
It says me.
Who are you?
I don't know.
Well then,
Okay, you
get
can't
lost.
be-
And
And you can't be here.
and
doing
you
that.
can get lost.
It doesn't work that way, my friend.
How does that work?
Hey.
What? You're gonna get in my face like this?
Go find something
You
else
think
to
you're
do.
gonna intimidate me?
Who's intimidating you, man?
Then what's the problem?
I don't know. I'm wondering what the problem is with you.
You came over here all tough guy.
I'm wondering what the problem is with you. Cause
There was no problem. What am I doing?
You can't be taking pictures. Inside
Says
the-
who?
Says me.
What law?
I don't know.
Mr. Tiger's filming of cruise cars caught the attention of Sergeant.
Exactly. So get lost, tough guy.
It doesn't work that way.
Well, how's it gonna work? Why don't you call your bobbies over here? Why don't you call your lieutenant,
No.
other sergeants?
You show me out in front of the precinct with
Yeah?
taking some pictures of inside of the police car.
Dumb guy.
I'll take it.
What a dumb guy. Taking pictures of the
Yeah.
inside of the vehicles that are public, the public sidewalk, taking pictures of everything that is open, visible from my eyes, okay? Which is First Amendment protected activity, and the tough guy
it is?
shows up here
Take-
and tells me I can't take pictures.
Taking pictures of the inside of the car is that
You too? You want to get on my case too about taking pictures?
I'll be out at
Watson?
Central
Dude.
Precinct.
And you?
Dude.
Words? Edwards?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, something
Okay.
like that.
Okay. What are you doing taking pictures then?
What am I doing taking pictures? What's the problem
Can't
taking
take pictures
pictures?
of the inside of the
Law is that? What am I breaking?
I don't know. That's called private property. You can't.
That's private property? Come here.
You can't.
Come here, Sergeant.
You can't take a picture.
Come
of
here,
the inside of the
Sergeant.
vehicle.
Come here.
No, I don't need to come here. I'm good.
What it says over here?
Take a picture of the outside if you like.
What does it say?
I don't know.
What does it say?
You tell me.
You don't know how to read? Any of you guys know how to read?
What's your goal, sir? What do you need today? So
Who
what's
called
going
you?
on? What do you want?
Who called you?
Your
Who called you?
situation, your scene, your level of engagement
Yeah?
is going to make the police be here. And I do think that's your goal. I
No.
literally think what you are doing is trying to create a scene to get police attention, to
Ask her.
record it on
Ask her.
camera,
I was walking
to
down. I
record it
was
on a
walking
camera,
on a sidewalk.
and have this
I
interaction
was walking
be
on a
useful to
sidewalk
you
very
online,
quietly.
on a YouTube channel.
Whatever you think.
So whatever your
I
goals
don't care.
are.
The confrontation begins before the words do. A man with a camera, an officer crossing the street, the distance between them shrinking fast. And before anyone can assess the situation, the first command is already in the air. Come here. It's not a request, it's an order. And it's issued with the kind of authority that expects compliance. Immediate, unquestioning, total. But the man with the camera doesn't move. He doesn't flinch. He stays exactly where he is. And that's when everything changes. The officer closes the gap. His posture is tight. His voice carries an edge that cuts through the ambient noise of the street. He tells the man he can't take pictures. Not inside the vehicles, not of the computers, not of anything he's already been filming for the past several minutes. But the man asks a simple question. According to whom? There's no answer. Not a legal one, not a citation, not a statute. Just repetition, don't do it. And that repetition is telling. Because when authority can't name the law it's enforcing, it's no longer enforcing law. It's enforcing preference. The man doesn't back down. He doesn't raise his voice. He simply holds his ground and keeps filming. And that refusal, calm, deliberate, grounded, shifts the dynamic entirely. Watch the officer's body language. He leans in. He gestures sharply. He invades space that didn't need to be invaded. These are pressure tactics, designed to intimidate, designed to provoke, but they don't land, because the man with the camera knows something the officer seems to have forgotten. Being uncomfortable isn't the same as being wrong. He names the sidewalk. He names the First Amendment. He names the vehicles as public property, paid for by taxes, maintained by the people. And he names himself, not as a suspect, not as a threat, but as a citizen inspecting what belongs to him. That framing matters. It flips the script. Suddenly, the officer isn't the one with authority. He's the one who has to justify why he's stopping someone who's done nothing wrong. And he can't. The sergeant arrives, more uniforms follow, the cluster grows, but the dynamic doesn't change, because none of them can answer the question the man keeps asking. What law am I breaking? The answer is silence, or deflection, or vague references to concern. But concern isn't a crime, and discomfort isn't probable cause. The man continues filming. He moves along the sidewalk. He captures the exteriors, the interiors. The computer screen's visible through the glass, and with every frame, he documents not just the vehicles, but the reaction to being watched. That's the deeper tension here. It's not about the cars, it's about visibility. It's about what happens when the people being recorded are used to being the ones doing the recording. The officers don't like it. That much is obvious. But disliking something doesn't make it illegal, and the man with the camera knows the difference. He quotes the Constitution. He references public forums. He names the relationship between citizen and servant. And he does it all without yelling, without threatening, without giving them anything to justify escalation. That restraint is power, because it forces the officers to confront the limits of their authority in real time. The sergeant tries to regain control. He tells the man to take pictures of the outside if he wants, but the man doesn't accept the limitation. He asks again, "What law is that?" And again, there's no answer. The silence stretches. The uniforms shift. And slowly, the encounter begins to tilt. The officers haven't left. They're regrouping now, not physically retreating, but adjusting. The tone shifts slightly. A new voice enters, calmer, more measured, trying a different approach. This officer doesn't shout. He explains. He suggests that there are reasons for concern, that someone filming inside police vehicles might be targeting them, might be trying to access confidential information, might be doing something that justifies intervention. But the man with the camera doesn't accept the premise. He asks directly, whose responsibility is it to protect confidential information? The officer hesitates, and in that hesitation the answer becomes clear. It's not the public's job to avert their eyes, it's the department's job to secure what shouldn't be seen. This is the pivot point, the moment where logic overrides authority. Because if a computer screen is visible from a public sidewalk, anyone walking by can see it. Tourists, joggers, children. The camera didn't create the exposure. It documented what was already exposed. And documenting isn't a crime. The man says it plainly. This is my property. These vehicles, this building, these uniforms, all of it funded by taxpayers. All of it belonging, in a functional sense, to the public. And the officers, whether they like it or not, are servants of that public. The word lands hard. Servant. It's not an insult, it's a description. But it disrupts the hierarchy the officers are used to operating within. They're accustomed to being in control, and here, standing on concrete they don't own, facing a camera they can't stop, that control is slipping. One officer tries to redirect. He suggests that the man is taking up valuable resources, that the attention he's drawing could be spent elsewhere, that if he would just stop, everyone could move on. But the man doesn't stop, and he doesn't apologize for existing in public space. He names what's happening, harassment. He names the tactic, intimidation, and he names the outcome if it continues, accountability. The officers don't respond to that. They don't have to. The camera is already recording, and whatever happens next will be preserved, not just for viewers, but for courts, if it ever comes to that. This is the quiet power of documentation. It doesn't require confrontation. It doesn't require volume. It only requires presence. And presence, when paired with knowledge, is enough to shift the balance. The man continues walking. He continues filming. And the officers slowly begin to step back. Not all at once, not dramatically, but gradually, like a tide retreating. They issue one more warning: stay out of the roadway, stay on public property, as if those were ever in question, as if the man hadn't been doing exactly that the entire time. He responds with clarity: I'm protesting now, and I'll stand wherever I want. The word protesting changes the frame again. It invokes a different set of protections, a different kind of visibility, and it signals that this isn't just a random encounter. It's a deliberate act of civic engagement. The officers exchange glances. One shakes his head, another mutters something off mic, but none of them make a move. None of them escalate. Because escalation at this point would only prove the man's point, and they know it. The encounter winds down not with resolution, but with retreat. The officers walk away. The man stays. The camera keeps rolling. The officers are gone. The street returns to its ordinary rhythm. Pedestrians pass. Cars roll by. And the man with the camera continues filming, not because he has to, but because he can. That distinction matters, because what just happened wasn't about winning an argument. It was about proving a point. And the point is this: public space belongs to the public. Cameras are legal, and authority, when challenged calmly and correctly, often has no choice but to stand down. He films the cruisers again, the interiors, the exteriors, the same angles that triggered the confrontation in the first place. But this time, no one approaches. No one demands ID. No one tells him to stop. That silence is the clearest evidence of what just occurred. The officers didn't back down because they changed their minds. They backed down because they ran out of options. The law wasn't on their side. The optics weren't on their side. And the camera, rolling the entire time, ensured that whatever they did would be seen. This is the function of accountability, not punishment, not revenge, just visibility. The knowledge that actions have witnesses. That power, when misused, can be documented and shared. The man walks slowly. He captures the building, the signage, the vehicles lined up in front of the precinct. And with every frame, he builds a record, not of crime, but of normalcy, of what public space looks like when citizens exercise their rights without interference. That's the goal of encounters like this. Not chaos, not confrontation, just presence. A reminder that the First Amendment isn't theoretical, it's operational. It exists in the act of standing still, holding a camera, and refusing to be moved. The officers didn't understand that. Or maybe they did, and simply didn't like it. Either way, their reaction revealed more about the culture of the department than any press release ever could. They approached aggressively. They issued commands without legal basis. They tried to intimidate a citizen who was doing nothing wrong. And when that didn't work, they tried to reframe the encounter, as if the man was the one creating a problem, rather than exposing one. But the footage doesn't lie. It shows what happened. It shows who escalated, and it shows who walked away. That's the power of documentation. It doesn't require volume. It doesn't require credentials. It only requires presence and the willingness to stand still when authority tries to push you aside. The man posts the video. He writes a description. He explains his frustration with officers who don't understand the rights they're sworn to protect. And then he moves on to the next audit, the next sidewalk, the next encounter, because this isn't about one precinct. It's about a pattern, a culture of control that extends far beyond Portland. A reflexive hostility toward visibility that shows up in departments across the country, and the only corrective is repetition. More cameras, more audits. More citizens standing on public ground, asking simple questions and refusing to be silenced. The officers in this video didn't learn that lesson. They walked away frustrated, their authority challenged, their assumptions exposed. But the footage they left behind teaches something they never intended to share. That power, when confronted with knowledge, often has nowhere to go. That's the legacy of encounters like this. Not drama, not spectacle, just proof. Proof that rights exist. Proof that they can be exercised. And proof that when someone knows the law better than the people enforcing it, the outcome changes. The camera turns, the street fades, and the man walks forward, still filming, still watching, still free.